It's Thursday, 31st, the final trading day in August. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Rice Exchange. I am Bosin Amofaye here in Lagos. Let's go through the trading day. Catch me if you can. 60 billion naira in total market value to the upside today. That's good news. 0.16% to the upside. Suddenly, this 66,548 on the NGX All Share Index, much lower in total transactions than 10,000 we did Wednesday. But the volume and turnover value tells you that the market and the bottom line is moving on. Today, we've got the market reporting NGX, which is the owner of Nigerian Exchange Limited, reporting the payment of dividend of 25 kobo interim. That pushed the stock price of the exchange itself to the upside. It's a very interesting final trading day for the month of August, the first month in the third quarter. So let me just take you through, simply walk you through the top 5 movers. Sterling Bank shares up 0.6% on this turnover volume that you saw today. Transcorp shares, of course, on the market radar today, Fidelity Bank, FTN Cocoa, and Dangote Sugar, 1.6 billion naira. That accounts for about 1/5 of the total turnover value of the total market today. Of course, you know the news around Dangote Sugar, the mergers and acquisition with 2 other companies within the Dangote family. Dangote Sugar shares down today by 5.66%. But first, let's go to the NGS group itself. 2640, maximum 10%. Investors in NGX, Nigerian Exchange, were happy that it got an interim dividend for the first half of the year, for the full year 2022, and that is getting the stock rallying to 2640 when the market closed. Seplat, listed in both Lagos and London exchanges, came up with about roughly 10%. Trans-Nationwide Express, UPL, and ABC Transport. Let's look at whoever is making the headlines. Gisco shares up 1.1. Stanbic IBTC came back into positive reading today, 3.67%. You're looking at the downside. NASCON shares down 9.8, and of course, the shares of Dangote Sugar also down by 5.66% on the news of the M&A with one unlisted company within the Dangote family business group. Honeywell Flour in consumer goods, May and Baker in healthcare. That's 7.27% to the downside. Then you've got Jais Bank, the only listed non-interest banking, listed on the exchange, 6.83%. Lafarge shares softer by 0.17%. You have international breweries down by 6.52%. You add that today, you find the consumer goods space in the red. NASCON, Dangote Sugar, Honeywell Flour, and of course, you've got international breweries. But of course, the banks took a bit of a chunk of the trading day to the upside. This is your NESD over-the-counter market. Market cap sitting on change, 1.11 trillion, better by 32 basis points. That's what you find from the NSI. Volume went where we were from Wednesday. The turnover value also sunk by roughly 97% in 10 transactions. We did 18 transactions on Wednesday. Better Wednesday than Tuesday. Then the market came back a little bit soft. Roll that over and you see the rest of the market. The Naira against the US dollar fell by 3.2% today. Naira's crisis is back because we haven't seen the $3 billion that NNPC said it's been able to secure from Afrexim Bank in support of the Naira. That is still the news out there. Overnight money down by 0.4 to 2.6%. This week, the central bank did not conduct any primary market auction as far as NTB is concerned. So investors looking for yield went into the FMDQ. We did about 130 billion on Wednesday. That's 38.428 billion today, and 5 billion out of that came from the CSB maturing 27 November. Then what else is there? I got Brent crude trading 66 up by roughly 1%. Hurricane Idalia is in focus again as far as the Gulf Coast is concerned of Mexico, making some landing somewhere the panhandle of the Florida in the US. All that in play. And again, of course, news is that Saudi Arabia and Russia may be extending their unilateral court back into the month of October. Let's put that away and look at West Africa. The BRVM today, the market in Cote d'Ivoire, better by 28. That's a solid 207.82. Haven't broken that level so far to 208. Ghana took a dive by 44. Nigeria's better by 16 basis points. That's your West African view of things. We'll get back to Ghana later on the show. But let's move on and see what's making the headlines tonight. The Nigeria's power grid has posted 400 straight days of steady operations. That's quite historic. 400 days without a collapse of the national grid. That is what the Transmission Company of Nigeria says, and that's thumbs up for those in charge of the country's power sector. However, Naira is back in a free fall. Industries are bemoaning the cost of things, the macros, and of course, sales, they said, went down 30% in the second quarter, April to June. You'll see the numbers later in the year when the third quarter and full year numbers start coming out, all on the back of the latest policies by the government. Then you have the unlisted Nosac Distilleries Limited announcing today the opening of its Series 3 5 billion naira commercial paper. That is on the street. If you have your ears to the ground, you know how to get into that game. Ghana is commissioned, or the president of Ghana has commissioned the Africa's largest salt mine in the northern Accra, greater Accra part of the country. That's where the salt mine is located, by the way. Then you got the NSIA Bank of Cote d'Ivoire, which is listed on the BRVM, reporting 15% net banking income in the first half of 2023, January to June. What else is making the headlines? Let me take you through that very big deal of the Dangotes. This is what they call an M&A plan. Just to summarize what's going to happen to you. Hold it there. Dangote Sugar is listed on the exchange. Nascon Industry is listed on the exchange. The rice, Dangote Rice Limited, is not listed. So this is what the M&A is going to look like. So you're going to get 11 ordinary shares of Dangote Sugar Refinery for 12 ordinary shares of Nascon Industries. Can you just pause this a little bit? Thank you. The new total of what will happen between the 11 shares of Dangote Sugar and 12 shares of Nascon Industry will be about 2.428 billion shares, new shares of DSR, which is the Dangote Sugar. Then you've got 14 ordinary shares of Dangote Sugar for 1 shares of 1 naira of Dangote Rice Limited, which is an unlisted company. And that will bring a total of new shares of 2.775 billion of Dangote Sugar Refinery. So you're going to get Dangote Sugar Refinery getting bigger, merging Nascon, as well as Dangote Rice Limited. All that will be before the SEC and the shareholders for approval, just to bring you up to speed. What the M&A plan, and it's all within the family business of Dangote Industries. But let's say this trading the news around it, because the stock price of these two stocks been moving up. Nascon Industry was up 219% between July 13 and September 30th. That's yesterday. Dangote Sugar share price climbed 195% in just 2 weeks. So within 2 weeks, these stocks moved up by this percentage. If you had invested in these stocks, you must be in the money by now, my friend. Let me know if you're making money.